And you guys wonder why I'm terrified? That was terrifying.
Hey guys, it's Kyle and Shannon. Welcome back to K&S Get Out.
You sound so bleh. Hey guys, it's Kyle and Shannon. Welcome back to K&S Get Out.
That was much better. I'll give you that. We have had so much rain, guys. It's wonderful. But I want to say last night we may have gotten more rain than we've gotten in any one period of time since probably all year. I can confirm that later. I need to look it up and see how much rainfall we actually got, but
it was a lot. It seemed like it was about 2 inches of rain.
Yeah, we went ahead and went down and took care of the furry ones because we knew it was going to be a mess. And so now we're going to get out the feathered ones.
And it's also going to be a mess.
And you knocked over your water bin.
Good thing their other watering system's working.
You know what? That's probably why they did it. They were just saying, hey, we really like her version better. So I think we mentioned we started a watering system for them. It's that guy right there. And we had some issues with the bucket and some leaks and some pressure, blah, 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 blah. So we got the right pieces, and yesterday Shannon finished putting it together, tested it, and it's now in full swing.
They're ready to get out.
They are. They're like, hey, why don't you get us out and then you can talk about whatever you want. Okay, I like that idea too. You always got to wormy them in the morning.
Well, of course.
Don't come after my fingers yet now, you little sillies. Oh. Takes the guineas a minute to find the door. I always play a game of how many wormies are in my shoe at the end of tossing wormies because it never fails. I just look at this as like, you know, buying your kid a Happy Meal, right?
Yeah.
You let them out and you start the day off with a Happy Meal and you're like, hey, I'm being good to you. Won't you be good to us today?
We're going to have a good day, okay?
It's going to be good all around. Now, these guys are still loyal to a fault, but I'm okay with that. We can work on becoming a little more wild, probably a little easier than we can becoming a little more tame.
I would have to agree with that.
Because we have the exact opposite down in the goat pen. We have the wild that we're trying to find tame. All right, well, I think that's enough wormies to get their day started. We've had a little bit of an issue because we've been using a feeder that we've been using since we had them in the brooder. It was the first upgrade from the one.
What the heck?
I think he might have pooed on me as he went by.
And you guys wonder why I'm terrified? That was terrifying. Honey, that was terrifying.
I didn't pay him with worms to do that.
Maybe you need to give him some more so he doesn't.
Well, what I was just saying, that's enough wormies. I'm trying to bring him down a little bit on the wormies because it's really meant to be more of a snack or a treat, not so much a nutritional replacement for a meal. So we went and got them more game bird food yesterday. Shannon can't stop watching out of the corner of her eye. Okay, come here. I want to show you something cool. I'm excited about it.
Okay.
Because a lot of thought went into this.
Turkey's coming with you.
Okay, come on.
Hey, if any of you guys can give me any suggestions on what to put on the ground so it doesn't get so muddy,
yeah,
that would be very helpful because it is muddy and yucky in here.
But I will say, for how much rain we got last night, Shannon put this tarp up maybe about a week ago to kind of ease the soppiness up here, and it has helped down there. But I mean, you just can't stop. That's the downhill side, and down there is just nasty.
Yeah. And it's also where their water is.
Well, you know, and I thought about, I hate to admit this, and I'm not signing up for it, but I thought about if we just set up that other run, then we could maybe take the time to move them over to the other run for however long it takes.
Let this area dry out.
Let this dry out, or even if we can drag it somewhere, you know, just kind of get like a little rotation going.
Yeah.
It sounds overcomplicated, but it's just nasty in here.
I think people do it all the time.
Oh, really?
Chicken tractor.
That's true. So you'd rather me put some off-road wheels on this thing so we can just, you know, jack it up and move it around?
I mean, if that's an option.
Okay, it's going in the old tank here. We're gonna Tanker? What's a tanker? Going in the old noggin here, and we'll save that for the future. I'm gonna
what do you have
think about
to show us in here?
I'm gonna think about it. This guy, I cheated. I totally cheated. Shannon engineered that water over there all by herself.
Shut up, I don't even want to talk about it.
But I was at the store yesterday, and they've got more little kits like that where you can drill into the side of a bucket and put these blah, 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 blah. You know, but the math didn't really add up to be that much better than something that's just prefabbed, ready to go. And quite frankly, I didn't want to put the time in either. So I spent just a couple more dollars for one of these automatic feeders. I can put an entire 50-pound bag of food in here, and it keeps it from the elements, so I don't have to worry about it spoiling like it did right there. Nasty. And they didn't eat out of it when we first sat it down, but they had already eaten their dinner, so I didn't expect them to. But look at this.
Oh yeah, you can tell they've definitely been using it.
That's awesome. And they've of course been roosting on top of it.
Why
Because
wouldn't they?
Everything. But yeah, we'll try to do our best. I want to get some film of them eating out of this and drinking out of the new waterers. And so I'll keep an eye on that today. But
before we like just take away their other one, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the bird baths will stay because we've got more hot days in the future coming. And I'll probably continue to clean out this water and rotate it through. I think the only thing I would maybe like to see is getting this up just a little bit higher like you originally said. And so we'll do that today, and then we'll keep an eye out and see how well they're doing with it.
Okay.
You know, we leave this open so they can come up here during the day. If they're done grazing or whatever, sometimes they bring themselves up. Hey, look, babe. Thanks, Turk.
He says, I wanted to show you.
I gotcha. So yes, when he's grazing bugs and things, his head is always down that low, but when he's in that feeder, he doesn't necessarily have to. And the guineas are getting bigger still. They don't have much more to grow, but they're still getting bigger. So I think getting a little bit higher, they would probably be a little happy for.
Okay, I think that's a great idea.
Awesome, this pleases me. We're gonna keep evolving our system for them as we learn them better and better.
Improving it a little bit.
As long as they don't fly straight into Shannon, then they can stay on the farm.
Yeah. And let's get out of here because it smells really bad.
Sorry, I need to take a shower. All right, birds. I think you're ready to start your journey on bug eating today. Find the ticks, find the wasps.
Find the crickets and the grasshoppers.
Oh yeah, you'd make Mama very happy if you got rid of them crickets. Don't tell them, but they got most of the attention yesterday by finishing out their water and getting the feeder set up a little better. But we got to go down and finish out that shelter. I've got to get that thing ready. We do still have some time, but Shannon will tell you a little bit more about that. And then already got the tractor and the truck ready, and I'm gonna do a little more leveling of that pad.
Hopefully that'll be here this week. I'm very patiently waiting, guys.
Yeah. Very patiently. Do you like this version of the descent a little better than the just torpedo birds coming behind you?
Yeah, I definitely don't like torpedo birds.
That's you.
That's terrifying. So a lot of you guys were asking questions if the vet gave us any indicators on how long it was going to be before Mama had her babies. And to be completely honest, no, not really. So we told her when we thought they conceived and our estimated due date, and she said, yeah, I'd probably run with that. I said, well, is it often that they go early? And she goes, meh. So she really didn't give us a whole lot of information, but we're going to go with our original date that we thought. So that gives us almost 3 weeks till she has her baby. So we're gonna keep an eye on her and make sure that she's still doing okay and everything, but I think we still have a little bit of time.
When I was watching a lot of videos and doing a lot of reading on the weaning process, I remember that, a lot of the people, like, they would mark it on their calendars, this is the day she's gonna go. And in most instances, it was like that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like spot on.
That's perfect.
I'm not gonna bank on that because around here, I feel like things always get a little twist right at the end, but.
Around here? What?
Yeah, you just never know, and they're out of our control, and that's okay. But.
So we're just gonna wait.
We're gonna be more prepared this time than with Blue, and at least have this pin ready, and hopefully by then we will have worked with Blue and the Blues Bros to make sure that pin's gonna work for them. They got shade and all that good stuff.
Yep. Well, shall we go finish out that shelter a little bit?
Yes, we shall. Watch Watch out for them birds coming down behind you. I have to admit, I've intentionally just let that grass grow a little bit because it does keep the bugs around a little better, which is counterintuitive to what I wanted, but they're obviously getting more to eat that way. For training purposes only, of course.
Well, of course. They're just so funny to watch.
Yeah. The guineas have started kind of getting some attitude with one another. I mean,
Yeah.
I read that some guineas can be a little mean, and they, if you see them, yeah,
They kind of chase after each other.
they take each other's food and they mess with each other, and sometimes they straight up get into it. He's part dinosaur. Oh, sorry, it took me a little while. I had to find my gloves in my newly organized shed. And ironically, I found my tape measure in the Shannon tote.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, my wonderful wife very amazingly organized my shed. That thing we'd just been throwing stuff in and out. It was a mess. She took a whole day last week and organized it. I'm gonna have to show it to you. In fact, I think you put
It's not that big of a deal.
Put a post on Facebook or Instagram, didn't you?
Yeah, I
both?
did.
Yeah, so you can go see it.
Before and after.
Oh, but it's just glorious. You can walk around and not step on things.
But now you can't find any of your stuff, huh?
But now I spend 15 minutes looking for my tape measure in Shannon's box. Yeah. No, it's okay.
I don't know what he's talking about as far as Shannon's box.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I saw the labels.
Yeah.
So we have gone through all of the black metal that we got from JR over at 4W, and this one is going to be a gray roof to begin with, but as you know, neither
Everything has to
Shannon
match.
nor myself could leave it like that. So we're just going to spray paint it. I know it'll nick and stuff, but that's what we did with the little shoe shack up there, and
Yeah.
it's totally fine, and we set stuff on that.
So this is our little
It's our junkyard, man.
our little spare metal and lumber yard that we have here.
Well, and this was stuff that your dad had laying around after he built his other garage, right?
Yeah.
And so it was out back, and guys,
She ruins it every time. She just can't shut up. It's like she has to be the center of attention.
and it's always her. It's always the same one. I mean, even the Turks are over there taking naps.
Anyway, Christina, take them the other way, lady. Sometimes you just have to talk to them and tell them to shush down a little bit.
Ironically, when they get closer to me, is what they're like, oh, okay, this is where we're supposed to be. And then it makes it hard not to accidentally hurt one when I'm pulling out sheet metal and whatnot. So this stuff came from Shannon's dad, all of this. I believe that piece may have been one of the spacers between the material we got from JR. However, I'm gonna have to cut that one for 2 of my links, and then I'm gonna try to get this big one out from under all of this for my 3rd piece. No, I was done talking. It's totally fine. You just go on with your story.
They're like, are you gonna build our house, Dad? Is this for our house?
Don't tell them or them that that's still coming. I gotta get the goats ready, and I gotta get the pad ready for the building.
And then we'll get to their house.
Well, we had to gain knowledge. I needed some experience and time to know what their building needed to be.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't buy them a chicken coop, because they need something different than chickens. That's my excuses. All right, Christina, you grab that end, I'll grab this end. Ready? I don't think I'm gonna be able to move this.
Turk's gonna help you a little bit.
What you doing there, big guy? Oh, I remember when we stacked this, I said, we're probably gonna regret this later if we need those big pieces.
Yeah, I think you're
can
right.
feel regret. All of these are about 46 inches long, and I need them individually to be about 4.5 feet. So I've got to cut down this long piece. Another thing you want to be careful of when you're doing this, these have been here a long time. No telling what's living under here.
Oh, I bet there's probably snakes under there.
I bet there's snakes, alligators, dinosaurs.
Maybe
There's
I'll just
probably-
move back a little bit over here.
There's probably another guinea under here. Oh man, you know what my wife's gonna tell me? We're gonna have to clean this piece before it goes anywhere.
Yep. There's a cleaner one below it.
Further down the pile?
Well, yeah.
Thanks.
It's only like the piece right below it. See, look at that. Oh, that's a short piece, my bad.
Well, I just need one from it.
Would you look at that?
Okay.
It only took you 6.5 minutes to get out. We talked about finishing up the siding on the shelter today, but per usual, everything gets rained on and is wet, so it's not really the best to try to hang those planks while they're soaking wet. So as long as Kyle can get the roof on, that'll be some progress, and we'll work on the walls and the sides later.
All right, baby, did you bring down the compressor so you can get the siding on?
Ha, you're so funny.
Okay, truth be told, we love Herc and we love Spruce, but they're the worst work partners on the planet. So we'll see how long this lasts that we're gonna let them be in here, but I'm guessing no more than what, minute and a half?
Yeah, I was gonna say probably about 60 seconds.
I ain't going out of here till I tell you I'm going out of here. I write the rules, you know.
You think you write the rules.
Scratch my bottom. See, Mom? It works. You're silly. Let me double check my math. It's been a few sleeps since I cut these. Oh, crud. 64, not 54. That
Does that change things?
It does, because those are 10-foot pieces. Crud. You know what that means? I'm pulling that other full one out.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah. Or they get less overhang. So those are 52, because I had originally measured the 10 inches that I wanted where these rafters would land, and that was the day that I was hot and dehydrated. And I marked them all, and then I stacked them up and started cutting them. It wasn't for cutting, it was just for placement. So those two middle boards ended up a little shorter.
I understand now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't work out in the sun and not drink enough water. That was a rough day. Are you proud of me? Learn how to wing it here.
I think you're doing great.
Thanks. You here to help? Big handsome. Perfect.
Perfect times 2.
Oh man, it's better than from the sawmill or lumber yard. My precision has really started to decline as I do more and more of these projects. I'm just like, right there, looks good.
Hey, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's how I build everything.
If I'm being real honest, it is a lot more peaceful at doing things like this by taking that pressure off. Because, you know, no matter how hard I try, you're still gonna have offages and things. So just accept them from the beginning and you get the same result at the end.
There you go.
We're close to it. I'm getting a little better at keeping the burrs off. I got one or two here and there, but I always want to put this sharp edge at the back where nobody will be walking or running their hand or running their head into it or something. So we'll keep these if we can, you know, as long as the overlaps start and finish where we need them to, but shouldn't be a problem. And then this way I won't have any cut edges on the sides facing either side, just like the other one.
Oh, okay.
Because those are the sharp ones.
Yes.
Where's my tape measure?
I didn't touch your tape measure. Where's your tape measure?
You left it down there in the shelter. I'm gonna review the footage. I bet you did it. I did it. I'm just kidding.
I didn't touch his tape measure. He's more than welcome to review the footage.
I'm gonna go have this, have a fingerprint analysis done.
Maybe you should bungee it to yourself.
I might do that.
always that last spot that's the trickiest, huh?
Yeah, the starting ridge and the last ridge.
Curious Pete's right there.
They always want to be a part of the projects, but they don't want to do any of the work.
I know.
Lazy bums.
Watch out, that tape measure will jump out and get you. Well, that cloud coverage is nice.
Yeah. Is it short-lived? Oh yeah.
Very short-lived.
One.
This is the monkey version of Kyle.
Ooh, ooh, ee, ee. Perfect.
Looking good.
Ooh, that breeze feels amazing.
Yeah, it does.
And a little bit,
Just that little bit of overcast
Shade.
makes a huge difference.
and then it's gone. That's all right.
Hi, Luigi. He likes his ear scratches.
Coming right along.
Great work.
Oh, this is where it gets a lot of that rigidity.
Yeah.
Gets all the walls to hold still a little better.
Well, once we get the side panels on, that'll help a lot too.
Yeah,
Once I do.
Yay! Oh, you make me so happy. 26 on the money? Ooh, that doesn't happen very often. And then 25 and 7/8, you know. Okay, 26, 25 and 7/8.
This is why I don't measure things. Because I'd be like, oh, 26, they'll both be fine. No big deal. That's not true.
It wouldn't fit between those boards. It's not fun when you got to crawl in and out to have to get back out to take off just, you know, an eighth of an inch.
Well, that's why I told you I would put this siding on if you'll make all the cuts for me.
Deal. Really, that is the best way to go, is to stay in one station, make all your cuts if you can. But when it takes a little bit of test fitting, I kind of have to come back and forth between the two.
Yeah.
Because as I put these in, it may actually, you know, bow the boards that way a little bit. So the official way to line this up with the one over there is to not worry about it.
I think that's a great plan.
Thanks. Yeah, about right here. Look at that.
Good work. All set for metal?
All set for metal.
Great work.
Thanks. Just gotta grab my metal screws and get that up there.
You know what? He's coming in for the crickets.
I'm fine with that.
They were all chirping about some crickets on the other side of the fence, and he's coming in to get them.
Yeah. I can't believe Herc is sleeping in his house ignoring him.
What's wrong? Do you not fit?
No. I gotta build these guys bigger shelters, I guess. I hit it. I was a little nervous I wasn't going to.
Good job.
I'm doing it pretty blindly. This is less than ideal and my stuff's not measured out.
Hey, good job on the roof.
Thanks.
I appreciate you getting that done.
Lower temperatures or not, it's still hot when you're doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Especially crawling in that shelter that's a little too small for me.
I thought it was the perfect size.
For the goats.
I guarantee now that there's shade in there, the first one in there is probably going to be Mr. Sprucer's.
Spruce or Ouija?
Whoever wakes up under that first.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think it looks very good. I got a little bit of finishing work to do over here and just some minor cleanup stuff.
And I'll come back later and clean it and paint it.
Yeah. What about the siding?
Well, as soon as the wood dries, then I'll hang it up.
All right. Well, it feels good to get this closer to being finished so I can just get it out of sight, out of mind, and
move on to the next project.
Move on to the next one. That's right. Well, guys, we love and appreciate each and every one of you, and we thank you for coming along on this journey with us. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.